Should you cut off your friends? So this is a question that someone asked me the other day. I'm just kidding. No one actually asked me. This is something that I've been thinking about. It's been on my mind. When you're trying to level up and get better in life, should you cut off your friends, or should you, try to bring them along with you, try to bring them up to speed, try to get them onto your level, onto your wavelength? And really, it's a tough debate because on one hand, like, you probably got friends from elementary, middle school, high school, but as y'all get older, y'all just start doing more stuff. Y'all start tapping more into your nature, and y'all go on different paths. Y'all got different interests, different hobbies. Maybe you go to different schools and stuff just changes. But obviously, you never want to leave your day one homies. You never want to just give up on people like that. So the question of should you leave your friends or should you stay with them is a very personal question. Like, everyone's gonna have a different answer. So the way I like to break it down is essentially, look, understand. If you're of the thinking like, no, I'm not gonna leave my friends, I'm never gonna leave my day ones behind, that's very respectable, because honestly, like, that's how you should operate. Like, you don't want to be the type of dude that's just like, oh, someone's not up to my standards, like someone that you spend a lot of time with, like, oh, I'm gonna just cut them off. Like, it's kind of shallow, because you gotta think, is that how you're gonna treat everything? You're just gonna cut everything off when it's not working out? It's not the best way to go through life, because you got to understand some stuff takes work to get good at. So understand though, if you are gonna like save your friends, because let's say that you want to level up, you're trying to focus on building a business, maybe you're trying to focus on getting a better job, get better at your job, maybe you're trying to build your physique up, just get your money up, just get better in general. But you got friends that are out here partying every weekend, smoking weed, drinking alcohol, playing video games. Like, that stuff, unless you're somehow monetizing that stuff is just gonna slow you down, to put it quite simply. Smoking weed is gonna make you dumb and unmotivated. Drinking alcohol is just gonna wreck your body, make you fat, make you ugly, make you weak. It's not gonna make you feel good. In the long run, you're gonna have to rely on alcohol to socialize. Playing video games is really just a waste of time, unless you're like a Twitch streamer or you're getting paid for it somehow. Like, if you're trying to cut off those habits and you're around people doing that, just understand, if you stay around them, you're gonna be way more likely to indulge in those habits, because it's simple. You are the average of the 5 people you spend time with. Your environment really creates your reality. So understand, if you do stay around those people, it's gonna be very challenging to not indulge in those bad habits, because you can stay strong. Like I'll give myself as an example. The other day, I'm at a grad party for my friend, and I don't drink, I don't eat junk food. Like, I don't like to do none of that stuff. And then, like, we chilling, we having fun, and like the whole time they're pressuring me to drink. Like, oh, just drink this. And like, I'm not even gonna lie, y'all, I completely folded. Like, thumbs down, F's in the chat, y'all. Like, y'all can get on the head talk. I folded, took a sip of alcohol, and like, it was cool. It's not like I was breaking the law or anything, but afterwards, it's just like, I felt shitty. I didn't feel good. I'm like, damn, I kind of broke like a promise to myself. Like, I'm not supposed to be drinking, and I just didn't feel good. So just understand, if you do stay around friends that like aren't on the same wavelength as you, you're gonna put yourself in bad situations, to put it simply. That's why, if you're not gonna leave your friends, if you're not gonna cut them off, you need to understand, like, you need to be like 100 every time you're around them. Like, you need to be vigilant. Like, if you're around them and they eat junk food, you gotta like know like what you going into. Like, okay, I gotta say no to the junk food. Okay, I gotta say no to hitting the vape pen. Okay, I gotta say no to vaping. Like, if you're gonna put yourself in those situations, just understand, you're walking into a minefield of failure, because it's very likely that you're gonna indulge in those habits. So that's why it's important to work out. That's why it's important to eat healthy, get your sleep, so that you have like this reserve of energy that you can call upon when you're in those moments. Because if I've already ate good, I ate like a good meal, if I've already worked out, if I got like 8 or 9 hours of sleep the night before, I'm just gonna have way more discipline, way more willpower to resist those urges when I'm around my friends. And chances are, if you just stick to your guns long enough, if you just show people that you're actually dedicated to what you preach, if you just practice what you preach, eventually people will see that, oh my gosh, this guy actually is getting results from that. Let me try and do that. And they'll actually start copying your wave and hop on your wave. So you just gotta stay strong, to put it quite simply. Now, option 2 is you cut your friends off. Just complete, like, boom. done, no more. Like, we are not friends no more. Like, I'm cutting you off, we're not on the same wavelength, it's done. The only time I would recommend you doing this is if people are actually trying to bring you down. Like, genuinely, you can tell they're trying to bring you down. Because in the last example, like people aren't trying to bring you down when they ask you to drink alcohol. It's just like they want to have fun with you. They want to, you know, share like a habit that they have with you. And, you know, obviously alcohol makes people more fun. They let down their guard and stuff. But if someone's like intentionally like you can tell, like they're like, yo, drink this shit so that you can't do anything and you can't function, you come down a mile, like that needs to be cut off. Like, get out of there, because that person is simply an enemy. Like, you know what they say, keep your friends close but keep your enemies closer. Yeah, like if someone is intentionally trying to bring you down, like if you tell your friend like, yo, I'm not trying to smoke weed, I'm not trying to drink alcohol, and they bring that around you. Yeah, if someone's like intentionally bringing stuff that you're trying to avoid, if they're intentionally bringing alcohol around you when you're trying to kick the habit, get them out of there, because they're trying to bring you down. Like, you should have been dead at that, because you probably already knew that they was trying to take you down, but you just wasn't really listening to yourself. So yeah, get out of that relationship immediately. But also understand, if you go and lone wolf it, you're gonna be lonely. Like, you're not gonna be out here like partying all the time. You're not gonna be out here having a lot of fun, having a lot of conversations. And this can be very dangerous, because understand, human beings are meant to socialize. We are social creatures. That's literally how we developed. You know, we started helping each other, whether it be, you know, we gotta work together to go get a hunt, we gotta work together to go get a meal, we gotta work together to build this house. Like, humans need each other, simple as that. So if you are gonna, you know, cut your friends off and lone wolf it, please get outside and talk to people. Like, go to a rich part of town and just interview people. Just make sure that you talk to people, because if you don't keep that skill of talking to people like fresh and new, like if you're not just constantly working on your social skills, just literally just talking to people, finding ways to hold conversations and getting to know people, is gonna have really big detriments, because you're gonna be uncharismatic. You're gonna kind of create your own reality where you're just weird and disconnected, and no one really knows what you're actually saying. Like, I know for myself, this is literally what happened to me, y'all. So it was COVID 2020, and I was just really staying to myself like all the time. Like I had this huge incident. I'll tell y'all about it in like another video, but I was just like, yo, I don't really want to hang out with my friends like that. So I was just staying to myself, wasn't hanging out with no one, and like it was cool. I got jacked, I lost a bunch of weight, I got a bunch of muscle, I made a bunch of money from like the job I was working. But at the same time, it's like my social skills went down the drain. And then I ended up going to college like in 2021. So I was like in this whole like, you know, isolated mode for like 6 months. And when I went to college in 2021, I was like, yo, I was a weirdo, y'all. So don't fall into that trap, because you don't want to be the dude that just shows up and is like a weirdo and can't relate to people, because that just puts you in a terrible spot. And like, I mean, of course, I rode out the wave, you know, it all worked out in the end, but just don't even put yourself in that situation. Just make sure that you talk to people, keep your people skills, your talking skills nice and fresh. So there you have it, y'all. Should you cut off your friends? Well, if they're trying to drag you down, cut them the fuck off. If they're not trying to drag you down and you can tell they're just like a little misguided and they just don't have the best habits, then I would say stick it out and show them the way. Don't try to be like, yo, start doing this, but just be like, you know, hold yourself as an example, use yourself as an example, hold yourself to whatever standard you set for yourself, and just don't break that for them. If they want you to drink, if they want you to smoke, if they want you to party and stay out late, just say no, like I got this stuff I'm focused on. And if they're your friends, they're gonna respect it. Obviously, if they're an op, they're not gonna respect it, and they're gonna try to, you know, coerce you and try to get you to do stuff you don't wanna do. So dead that immediately. But yeah, I would say honestly, yeah, if they're not ops, don't cut off your friends, because just try to help them, be the example, be the guiding light, and eventually y'all all gonna be on the same wave, y'all all gonna level up. And when you got brothers, if you got a band of people that's working with you, there's really nothing that you can't do, because understand, my coach said, if you go alone, you'll go fast, but if you go together, you'll go far. So take that as you will. With all that being said, I am the one, Sule. If y'all got any questions, if y'all want to ask me about anything, just DM me on X/Twitter or IG. I'm very active on those platforms. Also, don't forget, check out the free school community below. Check out the Athletics Masterclass if you're trying to level up your character, just, you know, really just level up as a whole. Not to mention, I be putting in wisdom every day there. Y'all already know if you're in the community and you're watching this. And before I forget, also, I'm opening up one-on-one fitness coaching. So if you need help just reaching your dream body, getting the physique you've always wanted, I got you. We can have a discovery call and like we'll talk and we'll just figure out your goals, where you want to go, where you are right now, all that. Now, with all that being said though, I am the one, Sule. Thank you for watching this video. Stay up and stay blessed. I appreciate you. Dooski.